I have experienced shame in a way that I would just wanted to crawl under my bed and just stay there forever. We all have experienced shame in our lives because shame is universal. Shame is a very destructive behavior. How are you dealing with shame in your life, and what are you doing to stop it? You see, shame is how we see ourselves through other people's eyes. What they think of us and how they see us plays a huge role in our shame. We even forget who we are or who we want to become because we're so focused on how people's perceptions of ourselves are going on. You're worried too much about what people are thinking of you that you forget to live your own life, that you forget to develop your own dreams, your own projects in life. You forget to follow your purpose because you're so busy worrying what they're thinking of you. So it is time to stop the shame game. It is time to stop the shame game of because of your appearance, you don't feel like you're good enough, because of your body image, because you have some extra weight and you feel like you should be thinner. You see, shame will sneak into your head and might allow you to stop going to a birthday party because you don't want to wear a bathing suit. Shame can sneak into your life in a way that maybe you're not making enough money, or you have not reached your goal on how much money you should be earning. Shame plays a role in our motherhood. As moms, we feel shame because we forgot to ask our kids to brush their teeth last night, or we forgot to give them their vitamins, or we forgot to send money to school. Shame is like in our lives all the time. It could be that we feel shameful because we're aging, or we feel shameful because we're not raising our kids the way our parents wanted us to raise our kids. Shame is in our lives, and we have to be but be like strong on our values and be strong on our authenticity and our identity to live our life, to fulfill our purpose. I have a story I can share with you talking about shame. Is like whenever I was wanting to start this neuroencoding specialist business, life coach business, communicating, it was something new that I know I wanted to do. I felt a huge purpose, but my shame was so big that I didn't want anybody to see me starting small. So it was at the time of the pandemic, and an opportunity came for us to move out of town. We just planned, we didn't get to move, but a big force for me to go, I know first of all was I wanted to be close to my family, but we wanted to go to Arizona. And on my resignation letter, I said we were moving out of state, and I wasn't lying, we were planning to go. But thinking back, the big factor was shame. Shame because I didn't want to see people in my community, as I was posting videos or being more involved in social media. I just didn't want them to see me starting small. It was, shameful because it was something different. But it's like shame can make you make decisions that are radical. So be aware of your level of shame. And, we're still here. We haven't moved yet. What I did is I grabbed a hold of shame. I grabbed her hands and I said, here we go. And I was brave enough. I found my authenticity. I found my identity, all those values that I stand for. And it's like, we're doing it. Even if I feel shameful for it, we're doing it. So be aware of how your shame is guiding you, because we need to stop it if it's not serving us, because it is a destructive behavior. Nothing good comes out of shame. We cannot even shape our kids through shame. So it is a destructive behavior, and we need to learn to stop it. It's like we should not be involved in this game of shame. I had the opportunity to read a book by Dr. Brene Brown. Her book is called I Thought It Was Just Me, But It Isn't. And in her book, she does research about shame, and she discovered that there is 4 steps we can use to stop shame in a way that we become more resilient. So step number 1, she says, have the ability to recognize and understand that trigger. Like if you're feeling funky, okay, what triggered that? Why am I feeling this shame? Number 2 is like have high levels of critical awareness about your shame web. And what a shame web is, think of a spider web, and see your family, your children, your spouse, your friends, your coworkers, your professional life, your personal life, anybody that is involved, your community, your church, anybody that plays a role on high standards of what you should be, how you should be, and who you should be are in your shame web. So be aware, like maybe you're dealing with shame because your parents expected you to stop your kid from doing something inappropriate and you didn't, because that's not your way of parenting, and maybe you're feeling that, that shame. So recognize where the shame comes from the shame web. Number 3 is like have the willingness to reach out to a friend or somebody you trust and talked about that incident. Step number 4 is the ability to speak shame, the ability to know and share with others that shame is universal and it's a very destructive behavior, and we all should encourage each other to stop playing that game because it goes both ways. Shame could be somebody can make us feel shame because we did something and they didn't think it was the right thing, or shame could be like I make you feel shame because my comment or something I did to purposely let you know that you did something wrong. So it goes both ways, and we need to be aware of how we're dealing with shame and how we're stopping the game. My personal special sauce that I would like to share with you is that I want to let you know that you are enough, that she is enough, that he is enough, that they are enough, that we are all enough. You are enough. They are enough. You see, we have everything within ourselves. We have the gift of life. We are a miracle of life. You are, she is, he is, they are, we all are. And sometimes we judge others because we think they should be one way or the other. But in reality, they are enough. You are enough. I am enough. Because we are miracles of life. Because we have the gift of life. We might be living a different version of ourselves. Maybe you're at a higher level than I am right now with your religion or with your finances or with your family or your marriage. And I'm at a lower level, but I am trying to climb. And we are the same. We're just at a different level probably in our lives. But it doesn't mean that I'm not good enough. I'm enough. I'm just, I'm learning and I'm climbing. Maybe you already made it to that mountain, and good for you. But we shouldn't make us feel each other shame because you are there and I'm not, or she is and he's not. So shame goes both ways. We can make other people feel shame because they're not who we want them to be, or other people make us feel shame because we're not where they expect us to be. So shame, we can be trapped in the game of shame by doing everything what other people expect out of us. But in reality, we're not living our true potential. We're not living our our true purpose. We're not giving those gifts that were giving to us. We're not sharing them with others. So let's be aware that shame goes both ways. Know that you are enough. You are enough. Wherever you are at, whatever you're dealing with, you are enough. And it is beautiful how you have projects. It is beautiful how you have goals, and go for it, because that's the only way, you bring, not the only way, but I mean, to me, it's like the only way we kind of grow and we feel progress in our lives. And you bring a big smile, whenever you accomplish, even if they're tiny goals, know that you are enough to accomplish them. And whenever we get lost because of shame, just remember that you are brave enough to be it. You are brave enough to be it. Whatever you want to achieve, whatever you want to conquer, you are brave enough to be it. We get stuck sometimes because of fear, because of self-doubt, because of shame, and we even disconnect, not from our loved ones, but also from our projects, because we get trapped into that shame tornado. Love you all. Have a great day.